Oh, hello. Box office update for you for Monday, June 16th, 2025. A major new player entered the arena. Is that Cinematic Joshua's music? Yes, it is. His first round draft pick, How to Train Your Dragon, opened on screens worldwide to a very healthy and robust $83.7 million for the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. This seems to be maybe the first ever live action remake of an animated film to be getting good reviews, or at least based on what I'm reading, like, okay, it seems like there might have been a rationale for why you would make this movie. Maybe there are things you can do with the form. And so I might see this movie. Let me know what you think. Is this a good movie? I remember when Universal Studios announced that it was going to be expanding, adding a new theme park, and one of the lands would be How to Train Your Dragon themed. And like, my kids were never into this series, so I didn't have any relationship with it. But I was like reading that they look at the numbers and they see this series has, this franchise has like a deep attachment to a certain generation of kids. So it's no surprise this movie is doing really well. Congratulations to Cinematic Joshua. Number 2 looks like it's really the big winner of the summer, the live action remake of Lilo and Stitch, with $15.5 million for a total of $366 million in its fourth week. This was the draft pick of Neophyte Reviews. All right, opening on screens this weekend was number 3, Materialists, from director Celine Strong of Past Lives. Drafted by Neophyte Reviews, this made $12 million. Reading a lot of mixed things that make me really excited to see this movie, but this movie was drafted by Neophyte Reviews, so $12 million in addition to all the Lilo and Stitch money he's raking in. Okay, number 4, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning added $10.3 million for a total of $166 million. This was drafted by Jen Walks Into Walls. This is its fourth week. Number 5, Ballerina, or I should say From the World of John Wick, Ballerina, $9.4 million, big drop for Ballerina, $9.4 million, $42 million total. In its second week, this was the draft pick of Smash Trivia John. Smash Trivia John also had the next movie, number 6, Karate Kid Legends, which added $5 million in its third week for a $44 million total. Seventh place is Final Destination Bloodlines with $3.9 million. 131 million total, and this is its fifth week. Nobody drafted this because it opened before our game started. The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson, that is in eighth place in its third week. Drafted by Jen Walks Into Walls, it had $3 million, and it has a domestic total of $12.8 million. The Life of Chuck, the Stephen King adaptation directed by Mike Flanagan, went wide this weekend, and it was drafted by Smash Trivia John, $2.1 million. $2.4 million total. 10th place Sinners, $1.5 million, $275 million total. In its ninth week, this movie just continues to perform, just adding a couple $1 million every week. Bring Her Back is in 11th place. This was drafted by Screen Time Coda. This was $1.4 million in its third week, $18 million total. Later down the charts, we have The Last Rodeo, which was drafted by Cinematic Joshua. In its fourth week, it added $575,000 for a $14.2 million total. And is that everything that was drafted that charted this weekend? Yes. Okay, so let's update the standings. First place, Neophyte Reviews holds strong with $378 million. Second place, Jen Walks Into Walls, $179 million. Third place, Cinematic Joshua, creeping up the charts with $98 million. Fourth place, Smash Trivia John, $89 million. Fifth place, Screen Time Coda. Sixth place, Captain Hot Dog. Seventh place, Drooby Doobies Movies. Spooky Tea, Patrick Perot, and Load Bearing Beams have yet to have a movie open that any of us has drafted. The big movies opening up next weekend are 28 Years Later, which was drafted by Jen Walks Into Walls. I think that's going to be a pretty big hit. Good pick, Jen. And the other big movie is Pixar's Elio, which was drafted by Cinematic Joshua. And tracking is not great. Pixar has not done well recently with original films. And I think this is unfortunately going to be the case where they're like, hey, we make original films and no one wants to go see them, as if the studios haven't trained audiences not to go see original movies. But that's a story for another day. And that's the story at the box office this weekend. Thank you much, everybody. What an ending. Thank you, everybody.